Today I made some enmoladas, and let me tell you, these are delicious. So let me show you how I make mine. Before I show you how to make this, let me just start by saying I started making the video in CapCut, ran out of time, so I had to come over here to TikTok. So we'll see how the quality comes out, but take a look at this. I'm going to start with my chicken. I'm going to use chicken breast, and I'm only using 2. Depending on how many people you're going to make this for will determine how many or how much chicken you want to use. So I'm going to season my water with some chicken bouillon. You can use salt if you want, but I prefer the chicken bouillon. A little bit of black pepper and some Mexican oregano, 4 garlic cloves, 1 bay leaf. Bay leaf can be a little bit overpowering, so I don't want to put too much. And some onion. I'm going to wait for that to come to a boil. And now I'll simmer it for 1 hour. So my chicken is done, and I went ahead and I already shredded it up. Okay, for this next step, I'm going to be sauteing the next ingredients, and then I'm going to place them in this bowl once I'm done. So I'm going to try and do this a little rapido. So first I'm going to start with some vegetable oil in my pan. If you don't want your mole to be spicy, you don't have to do this next step. I'm going to add in 4 chile de árbol. Just 4 because this is spicy. Okay, so I'm going to add them to my bowl. If you do add any kind of chile, don't let them go too long because then they'll get bitter. 1 corn tortilla. You want to try and get it a little toasty. 1 slice of bread. If you need to, add a little bit more oil. I'm going to add in a 1/4 cup of unsalted peanuts. So just toast this for about 30 seconds. And now 2 garlic cloves and about 1/4 of an onion. Do not let your garlic burn. And lastly, 2 Roma tomatoes. So now I'm going to take all these ingredients and I'm going to add it to my blender. I'm also going to add in some chicken bouillon, 1/4 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, and a small piece of chocolate. And the Ibarra one, that's my favorite. And 2 cups of my chicken broth. Now blend. I'll add some oil to my pan, about 1 tablespoon or so. And I'm going to strain my mixture. And this I'm just going to throw away. To my blender, I'm going to add in 2½ cups of my chicken broth and 1 jar of Doña Maria mole. And I'll blend this up. And I'll pour it in here. And here it is. I just tasted it. It is perfect. Look how silky smooth that is. So my next step, I'm going to add some oil in here to soften up my corn tortillas. So I'm not going to get this too toasty, just enough to get it nice and soft and pliable. I'll place it over here, and I'm going to continue with the rest. And then take your corn tortilla, dip it in your mole, and then add some of your shredded chicken in here. And I just fold it over like that. Now let me continue with the other 2. Let me show the mole one more time. You can make it as thin or as thick as you like by adding more chicken broth, less chicken broth. So I'm going to put a little bit more on top, just like this. And here it is. I put some crema mexicana on it, some onion slices, sesame seeds. Serve it up with some arroz. And there you go. Enmoladas. When I tell you this is delicious, it's delicious. You cannot go wrong with Doña Maria. Just kick it up a little notch. Oh my goodness, so good. Perfection right here. Perfection on a plate. Perfección. So definitely give these a try.